So what I'm about to do is change the curl pattern on this glueless lace wigs. Remember when I told you before, listen to the name of the wig that tells you what kind of wig this is. So glueless lace wig means that you don't need no tape or you don't need no adhesive to hold it down. So the curl pattern that we have right now is called, it's natural wave. So I'm going to take it off the head of my tripod and see, you can kind of see the pattern of the wig a little bit. And she is like 2 years old, so I think it's time for me to do something different with her. The reason why you see this Sally bag up here is because it's on my wig block. And if you want to protect your wig block when you're doing stuff, you can put some saran wrap over it. I just did it the cheap way because as you can see, it's just tied up. So, and she's pinned down so she won't move while I do this, and I brushed her out pretty good before I started. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add some water. I would, or you could put it in the sink, but the hair is already clean. And this hair is Brazilian virgin hair. You can only really change curl patterns other than with the curling iron. But I want to permanently change this. So whatever comes out with these rods, I'm stuck with it. So you make sure it's nice and wet. I just prefer to do it like this. So now I'm going to just go in and section the wig unit. So these are the rods I'm using. So I'm taking it back to school because this is how I used to do it when I was in school to make sure that my partings were right. But the width of it was right anyway. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn this way because my rods are right there. So, and really, actually, you probably can see me rolling it better this way. My paper ends. So this is a good way if you have an old unit and you want to change it and you kind of don't want to buy one, but I must reiterate again, virgin hair works best on virgin hair. And I'm using the paper ends to make sure that I get all the hair wrapped around this rod, because I don't really want no fish hooks, because I do not plan on cutting this particular unit anymore. So I want the style it has to stay in there. So she has layers in it, so that's what you're seeing falling out. And I just go back and roll them. I'm not really worrying about it being too neat right now. I just want to get it rolled and get it processing. So as you can see, I've already almost finished with my middle part. This is the only thing about doing this. It's a little time consuming with the rolling, but it'll be well worth it when I finish though. I'm not rolling the baby hairs. I'm going to leave those out. So I'm going to let you guys see so far how much I've rolled. Just down the middle. And then I'll do the sides. So that's what it looks like down the middle. So now I'm going to go to the side and start. And I have to section it off. It's too big. Section it off with this. Take it. Start rolling. See, those are the baby hairs that you see. Those little hairs like that, I'm not trying to roll down. I'm just letting them be whatever. And what you see me doing when I'm spraying that is making sure the ends is kind of soaking. This is wet, soaking wet, because it's easier to wrap around this rod if it is. And then you have less hair trying to come out with it. So that's why you see me doing that. So I'm finished rolling. Hooray, 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 hooray. I ain't worrying about that little piece, y'all. I'm tired of rolling now. So you see everything is rolled up. I'm using a Zoto's perm. And right now I'm about to put the main ingredient when it comes to perm, and that's the waving lotion. I have these gloves on because I can't stand the smell that comes with the perm. So I'm just making sure that the hair is still pretty much damp for me. So let me put it down so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just start and put the solution up there. And what I do is just if I was doing a perm on somebody's head, I use all the solution on the hair because I want to really make sure that it gets all the way through. So all the waving lotion is up here. It's 20 minutes processing time. So that's why you see this cap up here. Like I said, I treat it just like if it's your hair. That's just, you know, I don't know no other way to treat a wig, but just like if it's your hair. So as you can see, be glad you're not here to smell it. but 20 minutes. And then we'll neutralize and rinse. Okay, so after processing and everything, rinsing everything out, this is the finished look. So as you can see, I have a whole lot more curls than I had when I first showed it to you. So this is what happens when you change the curl pattern of your wig. Now remember, this curl pattern is changed permanently. I can't go back in and, well, I could if I put another perm in it to change it. But when you do this to your wigs, like if you have a straight one and you want to change the curl pattern, this is going to stay there. You can straighten it out and stuff like that, but it's going to stay there. But just look at how much more it is curled than when I first started. Because even with it wet, when I first started, it didn't have this much of a curl pattern to it. And I really cannot wait for it to dry, because this is pretty to me. So, hope you can see them even underneath that we still have the curls. And remember, you can only do this to virgin hair. Do not try to do this on something else. I don't know if you use regular human hair wigs, will it work? I have no idea, but I know for a fact that it will work on this virgin hair. I'm in love with the curl, y'all. And I know, but once it dry, right now it looks kind of thin, but I know that once it dry, it's going to get real big. But I just wanted you guys to see how I can change the curl patterns on your virgin hair wigs.